that can affect a wide range of the plant, as in the German mango and the pumpkin plant. Powdery mildew is caused by the many different species of the fungi, and it also one of the easy plant disease that can be identified if the plant was affected. The affected plant can be seen by a white powdery spot on the leaf and the stem. Usually, the lower leaf is the most affected than the other. Powdery mildew can grow well in the environment with the high humidity and the moderate temperature and can cause a harm to the plant. Mangifera indica L is the formal name for the mango plant. It's a perennial plant that is one of the most widely grown edible fruit crop. The fungus that causes the powdery mildew is Aldium mangifera can first result in the significant crop loss through the occasional infection before evolving into an epiphytotic state and affecting flowers and the panicle, which is subsequently inhibit fruit from the developing. Mango tree's ability to resist the powdery mildew and is negatively connected with the chlorophyll content and the leaf hair density. Powdery mildew causes the infection on the leaf and the loss of the chloroplast, which is reduce the photosynthesis. The objective is to evaluate some treatment in the controlling the disease and their effect on the chlorophyll content and the yield. The chlorophyll content was determined using a portable chlorophyll meter SPAD 502 Minolta in Japan. Many cultivars Langara zebda, Alfonso and the Frederick Klein grow at the Novaria district was sprayed with 5 different fungicides, which is namely a Beliton, Chemazet, Colis, Bilis, and the biocide AQ10 at the recommended dose. So 3 sprays were sprayed before the flowering, during a flowering, and after the fruit set were applied for the 2 consecutive fruiting seasons, which is in 2011 and 2012. 8 years old of mango tree in the randomized block design were arranged for each treatment replicated 3 times, which is 1 tree per replication. Incidents, then development of the powdery mildew was recorded on the former panicle and the leaf in the first side of each mango tree. Disease severity was recorded using a disease scale as previously mentioned. 3 trees of each cultivar were chosen randomly, and average number of the fruit tree was recorded. So on table 1 indicate that there is an inverse relationship between the leaf content of the chlorophyll and the powdery mildew disease. Healthy leaf contain a greater amount of the chlorophyll than affected leaf in the all varieties that have been studied. The rate of the reduction in the chlorophyll content of the infected leaf range between 25.6 and 38.3%. As we can see, the leaf content of chlorophyll of the 4 mango cultivar grow under the natural infection of the powdery mildew disease in the Novaria region, condition in the 2011 and 2012 season. Table 2 will show the disease index of the different cultivar of the cucurbita pepo after inoculation with the Podosphaera centi. Data in the present study revealed that the fungicide in the concern reduced the disease significantly if the spraying in the applied before flowering, during flowering, and after fruit set. However, gave the higher efficiency in the reducing disease severity in the field under the natural infection on the Alfonso, Frederick Klein, Langara, and the Zebda cultivars in the 2 seasons. The other systemic fungicide, which is Belis, Colis, Beliton, and the Chemazet, give a good control in the reducing the disease, and the triazole fungicide Punch and Beliton play a role in the steroid production need from membrane structure and the function by inhibiting C14 demethylase. The mango yield increased when the fungicide or the biocide were applied and the spraying treatment compared to the untreated control on the all cultivar tested. Percentage of the increase in the average number of the fruit or tree ranged from 307.4% to 35.5%, increasing the number of the fruit produced with the fungicide and the biocide spraying. Treatment may due to the retention, flowering, tree health, and the like.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Kaisa. I will explain about the pumpkin. Introduction. Pumpkin plants, or scientific name is Cucurbita pipo is one of the most significant vegetable crop for the human nutrition. Pumpkin plants is also the plants that affected by powdery mildew. Powdery mildew lower the cucurbit productivity globally. Prospera xanthi is the fungus that powdery mildew affects the pumpkin plants. One of the limiting variable in pumpkin production is powdery mildew shorten the time between ripening and harvesting. Powdery mildew also lower the photosynthesis and yield and degrade the fruit quality in the field and the greenhouse. The normal yield loss from powdery mildew infection in the pumpkin plant range from 30 to 50%. Pumpkin plant is first to evaluate the ability and effective of two commercial pumpkin cultivar in resistance to the Prospera xanthi infection. Second, to determine the defense response of the commercial plant's pumpkin cultivar to the Prospera xanthi inoculation at different time points. Third, to explore the possible mechanism involved in two different pumpkin cultivars in response to the powdery mildew infection at psychological, biochemical, and molecular level. The strategy that used in the study is every 2 days on day 1, 3, 5, 7, 6, 11, and 13 after inoculation, disease incidence and index of the cultivar of two type pumpkin was investigates the response of two commercial pumpkins. That was ZZ F1 and G12 F1 were observed and recorded for both the inoculated and mock inoculated plants. Each time point used one independent replication made up of 5 plants from the treatments and the control. For each treatment, 12 of these replicated were set up. On each cultivar specific pot, the severity of the disease was not. According to the criteria outlined by Liu et al. 2006, a scale of 1 to 9 of increasing disease severity was employed based on the symptom of the powdery mildew that appeared on the pumpkin plants. For the result, the cultivar of the gene 12F1 and zinc F1 inoculated with the Prospera xanthi began to show the disease symptom at the 5th and 7th day of the inoculation. The disease incidence and index were significantly different between the cultivar of zinc F1 and gene 12F1 after inoculation with the Prospera xanthi. In contrast, the mock inoculated seedling grew normally and had no disease symptom during the inoculation. In the table 1 show the disease incidence of different cultivar of Cucurbita pipo after inoculation with the Prospera xanthi. In the table 2 show the disease index of different cultivar of Cucurbita pipo after inoculation with the Prospera xanthi. The disease incidence and index of two pumpkin cultivar was significantly and continuously increased by the increase in the inoculation time, which is 7, 9, 11, and 13 days. The disease incidence and index of the gene 12F1 cultivar was significantly higher than those of the zinc F. At the day 13, the disease incidence and index of the gene 12F1 cultivar were 80% and 72.6 respectively, where they were only 22.3% and 70.7 in the zinc F1 cultivar respectively. In addition, the gene 12F1 cultivar began to show the symptom at the 5th day after inoculation, while the zinc F1's cultivar began to show symptoms at the 7th day after inoculation. Furthermore, the expansion speed of the disease powdery mildew area in the gene 12F1 cultivar was faster than the zinc F1 cultivar with the increase in the inoculation times. For the discussion, we get that the zinc F1 cultivar compared to the gene 12F1 pumpkin has a sustainability higher ability in resistance to the Prospera xanthi infection and can be regarded as a tolerant variety. Additionally, the findings demonstrate that at various intervals following the inoculation, the disease incidence and index were much greater than the zinc F1 cultivar. The gene 12F1 cultivar has a high disease incidence and index, making it a variable variety. So in the conclusion, because to its high disease incidence and index, the gene 12F1 cultivar is a variable variety. Enhancing the activity and gene expression of the enzymes involved in the fate-for-runner pathway, it is to promote the synthesis of phenolic substance and lignin. To reduce the ROS accumulation and to balance the oxidized damage, ROS is standing for the reactive oxygen species such as hydrogen peroxide H2O2 and indoxylic acid signaling pathway to active plant resistance is one potential method to activate the defense system and to prevent the pathogen infection of pumpkin cultivar resistant to the powdery mildew infection. For the overall conclusion, over 10,000 plants are impacted by the powdery mildew. Powdery mildew can infect many frequently planted annual and perennial blooming plants. A fungal disease that affects the leaf, stem, and occasionally the flowers and fruits of the plants and cause the superficial fungus grow on the plant surface. So that's all. Thank you.